pot calling the kettle black. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rachak Wadash. Welcome to another live lesson. This one is called the pot calling the kettle black. Now, what does that mean? Pot calling the kettle black, idiomatic, a situation in which somebody comments on or accuses someone else of a fault which the accuser shares. Now, this is, directed at Vocab. He came on the live show earlier talking about that Moses Peter, whatever the hell his name is, was a part of Great Millstone. And because he's accused of murdering someone. Then you had the situation with the Jersey shooting, which they blamed it on so-called black Hebrew Israelites. And these devils got to scrape and, and put and manipulate things together to try to, bring, a black stain, so to speak, on the Hebrew Israelites. But when you go to these different sites, right, in history, it says, what is wrong with white Christian men? What do serial killers Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, Earl Nelson, Henry Lee Lucas, Gary Ridgway, Dean Carl, and Wayne Williams have in common? They are white Anglo-Saxon Christians. And what are these? Serial killers. Now, did we have to dig up? I didn't have to dig up too much. I just typed in list of Christian murderers. And I got all kinds of pages, dealing with this same situation. But these devils, they got to dig. They got to dig. They got to scratch. They got to scrape. They got to manipulate. They got to, try to gather information together to try to, make it seem like, we're the ones doing, things of that nature, and they can't really find anything, This is why, they have to manipulate it. See, with them, it's a natural thing. It just comes out, it just flows out because that's what they are. That is the spirit that they emanate from. When we go to Psalms, right? Let's go to Psalms real quick. 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They're just demons, from the womb to the tomb, because their spirit, emanates from the left-hand side. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth their ear. That's why you can have these Edomites claiming to be Christians, but still doing horrendous things, murdering people. I'm talking about serial killers. I'm not talking about just killing one random person by accident or you get mad and you lose it momentarily. No. It says there are only 2 black serial killers, Samuel Little and John Allen, the DC sniper of 2001. What do mass shooters Connor Betts, Patrick Crucius, Dwayne Credit, David Long, Robert Bowers, Dimitri Pagortis, or however you say that, Nicholas Cruz, Devin Kelly, Stephen Paddock, Adam Lanza, James Holmes, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, George Hennard, James Huberty, Charles Whitman, and Patrick Sherrill have in common. They are white Christian men. Oh, swerve, because some of them are dead. I'm not sure if all of them are dead. There is only one mass shooting carried out by an Asian, Sung Hui Cho, and 2 carried out by Muslims, Omar Mateen and Saeed Rizwan Farouk and Tashin Malik. Not a single mass shooting by a black man. More than 9 people killed. Mass shooters and serial killers are white Christian men. So this is the pot calling the kettle black, because this devil vocab has to dig and scratch and scrape and turn. And well, I heard that he was a part of Great Millstone. I heard, because this is all, they got. It says, with rare exceptions and frequently with Anglo-Saxon last names, mass shootings and serial killers here refer to more than 9 homicides. And it's not just mass shooters and serial killers. It's the fact that they are white Anglo-Christians, which they're not white. They're definitely not Anglo-Saxons. They definitely are not the angelic Isaac sons of Isaac. But one thing they are is so-called Christian, Renaissance Christianity. It says, with rare exceptions and frequently with Anglo-Saxon last names. All right. So what in the hell is vocab talking about? Now you could read this. I put this in the description box. Here we got another one: serial killers, murderers, and their religion, faith. All right. It's odd that almost every religion has a vow which decrees thou shalt not kill. A pretty bog standard, easy to follow, or bog standard, easy to follow rule, which at least 99.999% of the people on the planet manage to keep to on a daily basis. Even if some of us are atheists, and yet a recent study has shown that people of faith are more likely to be murderers than atheists. So does religion play a big part in the life of many serial killers and murderers? Let's take a peek at who has what faith. All right. As always, this is not a fully comprehensive list, and I will be updating it as and when new data comes to light. But if you have any accurate information with the link to a proven source, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you. Enjoy. MX. Aline Wuornos, mostly atheist, but upon her conviction, Wuornos became a born-again Christian. Albert Fish, devoutly Christian. Anthony Hardy, press reports have alluded to a practicing Satanist. David Berkowitz, raised Jew to the what? To the wish. Dave Copeland, although not a Christian in a traditional sense, Copeland would often read anti-Semitic literature, blah, blah, blah. Right-wing Christian group. So he was a so-called Christian, whether you want to say it or not. David Ray Parker became a born-again Christian who found God after 2.5 years in solitary confinement. Dean Arnold Corll, which we read about him, raised Catholic by parents, attended various religious rallies. Dennis Nielsen, he was raised as a devout Catholic. Dennis Rader was strictly Lutheran. Donald Henry Gaskins, forced to attend church as child but not religious. Ed Gein, raised by his mother Augusta Wilhelm, who was a strict, uncaring, and violent Lutheran. Edmund Kemper, although he was not raised into a religious family, blah, 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 blah. Gary Ridgman, a devout Baptist. H. Holmes, devoutly and strict religious parents he had, right? Dr. Harold Shipman, devout Methodists. Herbert Mullen, fanatical Catholic. Janie Lou Gibbs, a devout Christian. Jeffrey Dahmer, born into a devout family of the Stone Campbell denomination known as the Churches of Christ. Joel Rifkin, a J-Wish household. He was raised or adopted in. John Elliott Muhammad, which was born John Elliott Williams, joined the Nation of Islam 1987, age 27, changed his surname to Muhammad in Million Man March, but was denounced by Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. John Wayne Gacy, some of these are serial killers. John Botkin Adams, austere Protestant. And what do these people have in common, right? They're murderers. Right? They're murderers. Murderers for Jesus. The real murderers, atheism or Christianity. I got a call from a gentleman from San Francisco who was exorcised by Christian missionaries going into foreign lands, blah, 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 blah. I didn't proofread any of these. I'm just trying to get to the point. But I put all of these in the description box, so if you run across any info, I'm sure, brothers will bring it out. But you get the idea that these murderers, serial killers are so-called white Anglo-Christians. So why is vocab trying to pin that on us? Why does he have to scratch and scrape and try to pull up some kind of dirt where there's no dirt? Well, these scriptures I'm about to pull out, right, do not apply to Esau, but we're using it because they claim to be so-called Christians, right? 1 Corinthians 6:9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? And who's more unrighteous than Esau? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So they are unrighteous. They're not going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Revelation 22:14. It says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates into the city, which we know that's only dealing with the Israelites. And at this time is only dealing with the elect of the nation of Israel. For without a what? Dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. That's E, all the way. You have your father the devil. Murderers. Let's look up the word murderers. The word there is phonios, from phonos, a murderer, a homicide. You see, so in that case, who was the biggest murderers on the planet? Esau. So why are they trying to pin something on us that they wear that hat? They're trying to put the hat on somebody else. Matthew 7:5. Once again, this doesn't apply to Esau, but I'm using it just to make a point. It says, let's start at 7:1. Judge not that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. Right, that's why it shall have judgment without mercy, who have showed no mercy. And with what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again. So they are trying to put the blame for something that they do on us. Therefore, it's going to fall back on their own head. This is why in Psalms, the 7th chapter, speaks about it returning back on their own pate, which is their head. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye? Okay, like I said, this doesn't really apply to Esau, but we're using it for a point. So here it is. According to them, we have a mote in our eye, so which is a small thing. But considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye. You got a big ass beam sticking out of your eye, wickedness that you're doing, but you got a nerve to put the blame on somebody else. The pot calling the kettle black. And what does that mean? Once again, a situation in which somebody comments on or accuses someone else of a fault which the accuser shares. And boy, do they share it. So it says, or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye? And behold, a beam is in thine own eye. So here it is. You got the big wickedness stamped on your forehead, and you're trying to take wickedness off of somebody else. Bunch of goddamn hypocrites. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. And this is not talking about Esau, but like I said, I use it for the point of being a hypocrite. And that's what they're being, hypocrites. The pot calling the kettle black. And the last one I'm going to leave you with is Romans 2:1, which doesn't apply to them. But keep in mind, I'm just using it to make a point. Therefore, thou art inexcusable. You have no excuse, O man, whosoever thou art that judgest. For when thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. For thou that judgest doest the same thing. So you are guilty. You are guilty. And you are going to be sentenced. You are going through the sentencing stages right now. And then the Lord is going to bring the judgment. All right. This is good. I'm glad the elder put this up. It says, Romans 2:21, thou therefore which teachest another, teachest thou not thyself? Thou that preachest a man should not steal, dost thou steal? And you that preach that a man should not murder, dost thou murder? Because when we look at the evidence, when we look at these receipts, it's stacked yay high, man. It's all against you, man. Devout Christians, devout Catholics, staunch Lutherans, you know, all over the place, murdering people. You Edomites, murdering people, calling yourselves Christians. But then you got a nerve to try to put the blame on us. You know? Wait a minute. What happened when the Spaniards came over here, Columbus, and what did they do to the natives? Murdered them in what? In the name of Christianity. Come on, son. When the slaves were brought over here to the Americas, what did they do? They murdered them. They put them in slavery in the name of Christianity, your so-called white Jesus. So what's up, man? What's up, vocab? It says, thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery, does thou commit adultery? Thou that abhorrest idols, does thou commit sacrilege? So thou that says thou should not murder, does thou murder? Vocab E? Because that's the point that the Apostle Paul is making. Wait a minute, hold it now. And hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. Right, you guys are a bunch of hypocrites. Psalms 107:18. Yeah, you brother, I want to talk to you. I'm glad you posted a comment. Where did you get the calendar? Because there was a brother that went to a camp. I forgot what camp it was. They said that you posted a calendar on your IG page, your Instagram page, and then you took it down quickly. Where did you get that from? Because that was only given to the heads. And what camp are you from? You know, because we got to get down to the bottom of this. You know, the brother sent your IG account, your Instagram account, said that you were the one that posted the calendar for 2023-2024, and then they said that you quickly took it down. I don't really recognize you, what camp you may be in or not, you know, but how did you get the calendar, and what camp are you from? We need to know. What ox sent it to you? Who sent it to you? Tell me who sent it to you, brother, because, you know, we want to get down to the bottom of this. You fellowship with Nashville, but you're not a part of the camp, right? Or are you part of a camp? And if you are part of a camp, you know, what camp are you a part of? I know you say you fellowship with Nashville, but fellowshipping is not doing the work out there teaching. And you still haven't given me the name of the person that gave you the calendar. Because that calendar is only supposed to be for the heads. What camp is he in? If you don't have his name, what camp is he in? Because, I mean, it doesn't fall on you because you didn't know any better. I'm out there. Yeah, but what camp? You said you don't have his name, but what camp is he from? I understand you out there every Saturday. That's cool, you know. But so how did he get it? If you don't think he's in the camp, how did he get it? Because that calendar is only given to the heads of the camps. It's not given to the members. You know, this is why we're trying to get down to the bottom of it, because this shouldn't have happened. And this is why we post the new moons and the high holy days. So, but if he gave it to you, obviously you must know him. You got to know the man. If he gave you the calendar, he's not just going to give the calendar to just anybody if you don't know them. How did you get in touch with him? You know, do you still have his contact info? And if you have his contact info, can you ask him where he got the calendar from? We're just trying to get down to the bottom of this whole situation. That's all. So how did you get it? Did he put it on another account? Did he send it to your phone? How did you get the calendar? You know? Did he post it somewhere and you just happened to get it? Because you said he gave it to you. Because if he sent it to your phone, then obviously you must have given him the phone. I know he just didn't find the phone on the internet. Inbox to what? To the IG account? Was it to your Instagram account? Okay. So what is his name? Can you post his page on here? And then can you get in contact with him since he posted it on the IG account? Can you get in contact with him and ask him where he got the calendar from? Any feedback? All right. So, do you know his name on the IG account? I mean, if somebody gave it to you, of course, obviously it's no fault of yours. I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of how he got it, where he got it from. Okay. And then after this, we're gonna close out once the brother posts the brother's name. So Elder Menatazakba, if you can, if you can just, if you're still on here, if you could just snatch up the name from here so we could get down to the bottom of it, find out how that brother got the calendar. I'll appreciate it. So just wait a few more minutes for the brother to find the man's name, put it on here, then okay. So once he puts the name up, just snatch it up and see if you can find any info on it, and we can get down to the bottom, find out how that brother got the calendar. And that'll be it. But the point is with this lesson is that the serial killers, murderers are so-called white Christians. And these devils got a nerve to try to blame us, for being, the murderers and we're such monsters. But yet you have to try to, you got to go into different, uncharted lands and dig, in soil that has never been dug before, to try to find some dirt on us. And you ain't gonna find it like that unless you plant it, which is the case with that Jersey shooting, which I mean I don't know all of the details, but from what I gathered and from what I've seen, it was an Edomite that killed those small hats, Yeah, brother, that boarding school. I was watching a series. I'm not sure what the name of it was, But they were showing you how fucked up those boarding schools are. I'm not sure if it was Kaleidoscope or one of those, No, it was 1923. 1923. Yeah, that's it. Yep, it was 1923. And they show you how they treated Gad like shit. But the Gadites are not Israelites when they were suffering those curses. Those curses would follow us everywhere we go. See, these so-called Christians now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to pinpoint the curses only being here in America. And it's not just in America. The scriptures say that those curses would follow us wherever we would go. So every time we went into captivity, they were right there. The Assyrian captivity, the different captivities of Moab and Ammon and all them different captivities during the time of the judges. The Babylonian captivity, the Medo-Persian captivity. But do you have his account number? His account name. It's cool if you can't get in touch with him, but do you have his account name? Can you post his account name? Can you post a link how we can get to his account? So that we can, so we could ask him how he got the calendar. Because he doesn't have to be on IG for you to give us his account number. Or his account name, or however it goes. So yeah, man, that 1923, if you brothers get a chance, you want to get mad, yeah, watch that. That thing will have your blood boiling, and that just shows you how they beat the hell out of Gad, just to make them to submit, to give up, their language, their customs, and so on and so forth, So let me ask you this then. Can you stay in touch, I guess on the video with the elder Menatezakba from the GMS South Carolina camp? Because I'm about to close the lesson out. I was just trying to get down to the bottom of it. If you can. It's on Paramount. Yeah, you're right, brother. You're right. It's on Paramount Network. Yep, that's right. You're right. Not on Netflix. It's on. Yep, you're right. You're right about that. All right, Tuwada, brother. Tuwada for that. So we're gonna close it out. So Elder Menatezakba, when you find out, let brothers know, and then you know how to get with the brothers and stuff. All right, so with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. To the next time I say, Shalom.